What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in our video today we're looking ahead to Season 14 and specifically Season of the Splicer. It seems that this season's name has been leaked, so with that in mind we're going to dive deep into the lore of the game and figure out exactly what could happen in Season 14. So if you want to don that spinfall hat and join us for the journey, then sit back, relax and enjoy the video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now before we jump into the meat of today's video, I want to first invite you all to the Jarv Community Hub. This is a fast growing community Discord we have with over 4,200 incredible members. We're doing one last big push for Discord Partner. So if you'd like to talk about Destiny, share your favourite roles, or even get a fire team together to get things done, then be sure to jump in. It's available to absolutely everyone and the link to that can be found in the video description below. Now with Season 14 less than 2 weeks away, we are soon to be getting some juicy details on exactly what Season 14 will entail. And with that all being said, it doesn't stop some data mined pieces of information leaking out, and as a result we can start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and get an idea of what Season 14 could look like and why we're going to return to the Vault of Glass. Now first of all we need to take a look at the name of the season. This was leaked as a result of Josh Hunt over on Twitter. He found a reference to Season of the Splicer in the Bungie website itself. Now since this information came out, this has now been changed to Season of the XXX. So were Bungie trolling us, or did they accidentally leak the name to Season 14? Now the link to Splicers for Season 14 is further reaffirmed when you look at some leaked unused voice lines for Crow, which potentially can be used in a future season. Now massive shout out to Jinsa for providing access to this information. Now these read Splicers working with Guardians, Lixney in the city, things are really changing, alongside Mithrax working with the Vanguard, Spider must be furious. Now if we take a look at Splicers themselves, these are a secret collective of fallen houses charged with the augmentation of other house members with cyberkinetics, body hacking, bioengineering, unraveling technology and enhancing the Elixni species evolution. Massive shout out to Destinypedia for this information, and all fallen houses do possess Splicers, and these are filled with their best scientists and engineers. Now when you think of Splicers, it's very easy to think of Devil Splicers, and these were a section of fallen house devils, originally a small group of young and ambitious Splicers who saw Siva as a change for them to achieve a godlike status, and as a result they attempted to spread Siva among their devil brothers as well as any other fallen who were attempted to cut off their ether rations. Now whilst it would be absolutely amazing to have a Siva based season, I don't believe that this will be the case in Season 14. Now aside from devil Splicers, the last time we saw fallen Splicers being utilised was as a result of Skolos utilising the House of Wolves and Winter Splicers to hack Vex technology and break into the Vault of Glass. Now as with this information you could branch off in two potential routes. You could say that House Salvation have Splicers and as a result could be utilising them to try and access the Vault of Glass. This could be a potential way of pushing the house into an alternative timeline as an attempt to try and save Eramis. But with that being said, I believe Bungie have left a clue in plain sight. If we go back to a Bungie post back on the 25th of February where Joe Blackburn is detailing the changes coming to the game and looking forward to the Witch Queen, there is a section specifically covering the Vault of Glass that simply states Praedyth's revenge. Now in this section of the update they go on to say that their philosophy for bringing things out of the Destiny content vault is to keep them feeling like the content we remember while updating them to meet the Destiny 2 difficulty and raid standards. So while the high level experience will still remain, we can expect the raid team to have a few tricks up their sleeves when we tackle the depths of Venus this summer. Now what this confirms for us is that we will be revisiting the Vault of Glass on Venus. It won't be on NEXUS as was originally speculated, but with that being said this does pose the question on how we return to Venus in Destiny 2. Now recently there was the addition of Venus terminals over on the moon, and these are scattered in various locations. So it could be in Season 14 we need to utilise these to reprogram some Vex technology in order to divert a Vex portal to Venus itself. Naturally this is all speculation, but be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now going back to Praedyth, he was a warlock who had been part of Kabir's fire team during the initial assault on the Vault of Glass. Now Praedyth himself was believed to be myth, with only the Praedyth timepiece and Praedyth's revenge being the only pieces of evidence of his existence until the Vanguard discovered a message from inside the Vault of Glass. Once again, massive shout out to Destinypedia for all this information. Now if you're enjoying the video and want to see more videos like this, as well as hints, tips and guides, then consider subscribing for more Destiny 2 content. Now Praedyth's fate is explored in the story missions back in Destiny 1 called Paradox, and after fighting through Taken, the Guardians discover Praedyth's corpse trapped deep inside the Vault of Glass. However, there is evidence that on another timeline that Praedyth could still be alive. Now this wouldn't be the first time we use Vex technology to save someone inside the Destiny universe. Back in Season of Dawn we used Osiris' sundial to travel through different Vex timelines and also the Corridor of Time. Now by using this contraption we were able to travel these timelines and save Saint 14, bringing him into our current timeline. Now with the sundial being located on Mercury and Mercury now being consumed by the darkness ships themselves, we no longer have access to the sundial in order to travel through different Vex timelines. Now if we jump back to the unused voice lines that could potentially be used in the up and coming seasons, these specifically mention Splicers working with Guardians and also Mithrax. Now Mithrax is actually now known as Mithrax, Kell of Light. Now Mithrax is a fallen Kell and former captain of the House of Dusk who later founded the House of Light and decided to ally with the Last City following the encounter with the young wolf. Now our last encounter with Mithrax was later on in Season of the Drifter, where Mithrax beckons Guardians to the farm using the fallen transponder, and with this we gain access to the 0 Hour mission. Now in this mission we had to chase down the House of Devils loyalists who had stolen preserved Seaver tech from the Cryptarch vault deep inside the tower. Now since then we have had further links to Mithrax, and this was during the Beyond Light campaign. Now during this campaign Guardians aid refugee fallen who fear and disagree with the Kell of Darkness who are trying to flee Europa. Now we successfully released these as part of the campaign, and Variks directs these refugees to Mithrax and his House of Light, believing that he will see them safely and give them hope for a better and peaceful future. Now with all these pieces of information together, what does it all mean and how does it all link together? Well, if we're going to be allying with the Fallen throughout Season 14, working with Mithrax specifically, then the House of Light will also have Splicers. If we are using these Splicers who are working with the Guardians, we can utilize their abilities in order to access the Vault of Glass. And much like with the Sundial and using that to access alternative timelines, much like Skolos did in trying to pull a fallen house through a different timeline using Vex technology, then by using the Splicers from Mithrax's House of Light, then Guardians could use their abilities to access these timelines as well, potentially gaining access to Praedyth himself. And what this doesn't answer though is why, and why we would need to bring Praedyth back to our current timeline. And with that being said, there is an old quest item that states that Praedyth can see in every single Vex timeline the Exo Stranger, and in the Grimoire card, No Time to Explain, it does indicate that Praedyth built this weapon based on his observations of the Exo Stranger's rifle and sent it adrift into time for the Exo Stranger to find. So there is a clear link between the Exo Stranger and Praedyth himself, but why we would need to save him through a different timeline is still unclear. Now naturally this is all speculation based off Grimoire cards and in-game lore, so massive apologies if there's gaps here and there, but if you have any ideas, suggestions, or even additions to this theory, then be sure to sound off down in the comment section below. Now if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of these 2 videos you see here in these cards, providing further hints, tips and guides on Destiny 2. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.